7,600. That's the number of fake nursing degrees that were alleged to come from a few brick and mortar schools in Florida. Apparently, there were a scheme that people would buy degrees, they would go on. And my question is, okay, once you get the degree, how do you go on to do the work? This is crazy. We're going to discuss this. And hey, we won't forget about Tom Brady in this episode.
Hey guys, this is Janae Noonan, and I'm here with Dr. Jarrett on License to Live. Hit the subscribe, follow the journey. Let's go.
Welcome to the Licensed to Live show, where professionals, doctors, champions, VIPs, attorneys, and those in public office discover strategies that help you restart and gain what is lost when you find yourself accused. If another has doubted your integrity, questioned your credentials, or caused your actions to come under scrutiny, you are in the right place. On the other hand, if you have never felt the knot in the pit of your stomach when legal papers are served, the heartbreak of disappointing your family when the lock clicks shut on handcuffs, or had to appear before a board of review, then be aware, the longer you serve, the more likely you are to find yourself under the microscope of those who judge. Prepare yourself for this uncomfortable possibility. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jarrett Patton.
Welcome to this episode of License to Live. My name is Dr. Jarrett Patton, and I'm your host for our journey together today and every day you choose to listen to this show. If you or anyone you know has been dissed, please invite them to join us along this journey. Just go to your favorite podcast player, including iHeartRadio, and subscribe to License to Live. And while you're there, rate this episode, send me some fan mail, give me the feedback so I can continue to bring you the most up-to-date information about career and life changes. I mean, it's unreal, folks. 7,600 people wanted to get an RN degree, and there were a few different schools that were allowing this to happen. This goes back in the banks of lies and embellishment part 2 almost. I mean, I don't even know what else to say about this. That is a lot of people who decided that they would just go ahead, get this degree, and try to have a better life without doing the work. I mean, nursing is hard and really, we'll just say all the health professions, no matter where you are, take some training, some learning, lots of information to go. And then you provide a professional service. So can you imagine if one of these people got hired and then on their first day, they were in the ER and they have to run a code? I mean, can you imagine the disasters that would come from this? But we'll get into this and break down these 7,600 people right after we finish thanking our sponsors.
Something smells good. EH3 coffee. EH3 coffee. Premium organic. Nothing better than waking up. EH3 in your cup. Premium organic.
Hey, this is Dr. Jarrett Patton. Do you need more positivity in your life? No matter what part of your life you want to transform, positive affirmations can help you achieve your goals. But sometimes making permanent changes can be difficult. Designed with you in mind, License to Live. Daily affirmations to rebuild your life will inspire and equip you to become the best version of yourself. License to Live. Daily affirmations to rebuild your life will set you on the path to changing your mindset, beliefs, speech, and ultimately your actions. You can change your life now by getting your copy at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your finer book retails, or licensedtolive.com. That's licensedtolive.com.
This is Super Bowl champion Mike Logan, and you are listening to License to Live.
License to Live, the conference, 2023 July 14th, 15th, 16th in Philadelphia at the Bellevue Hotel. Save the date. We are in the midst of lining up our speakers, getting all the details together for this conference. We are going to offer CME again. We are going to have not only an in-person, but a virtual pathway back this year due to so many people asking for that. We will get things going. So the early bird specials will be beginning soon. Go to licensedtolive.com to make sure you know when they're available. And if you really want to buy some tickets right now, hit me up on social media at Dr. Jarrett. Well, before we get started and this 7,600 number, there is breaking news that I have to discuss. And this takes us back to episode 105. This also takes us back to episode 110, both of which discussed Tom Brady's retirement. Well, you know how I said for you not to be a quitter like Tom Brady in episode 105, because it was pure drama and I laid out every single one. Make sure you listen into the show notes here. I have the links there just so you can catch up if you happen to miss that, because Tom Brady went through a number of mistakes in his original retirement last year that made him just look like a complete buffoon. It wasn't but a short amount of episodes later, just a few short weeks, that Tom Brady said, "Oh, wait a minute, I'm not retiring, I'm back." And it started the circus again. So, breaking news on the day that I'm recording this particular episode, Tom Brady announces his retirement again. Now, this time, he's trying to do it without all the fanfare and hoopla, and he went straight to social media, recorded a brief video, and said, "Hey, I'm retiring." He even mentioned, this is the funny part, folks, who knows, he may listen to License to Live, but he even mentioned the fact that he didn't make a big speech. He didn't, want a press conference and all of that foolishness because, well, he wasted those opportunities last year where he had this great retirement speech laid out. So he's just saying he's out. So again, I told you all the reasons why you don't want to be a quitter like him. Now he's back, and I might cut him a little bit of slack, but it's way, 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 way too early to know if this is going to hold, if this is going to be true, and if Tom Brady really will remain retired before the beginning of the 2023 NFL season. Now, if you remember, he said he was coming back in 2022 and did not really come back in 2022, at least on time. And he showed up late to work, missed some practices, but, he had a so-so season. But anyway, get on with Tom Brady. And, we'll just have to see. And I'll be watching it, and I'll be reporting it. Even though talking about Tom Brady in this way, I've been told, nearly got me banned off television for my television interviews because TV producers have actually lost their jobs for bad-mouthing Tom Brady. So I'll leave it there. I'll let you guys be the judge. I'm just giving you the information, and I still stand by my statement. You don't want to be a quitter like Tom Brady. Well, back to this nursing dilemma. 7,600, hashtag 7,600 people decided they wanted to become a nurse. And they decided they wanted to become a nurse, not the traditional way by applying to a nursing school and going to a nursing school and taking classes and several years later get an RN degree and then have a mini residency in most places and then go ahead off into the clinical world and become a nurse. I love nurses, and a lot of nurses listen to this show, and I've had several nurses on as guests. You could probably remember Nurse Allie Gorman. You probably remember Nurse Talonda Rogers. I'm sure you remember Nurse Alice, the TV personality. All of these nurses have not only gone on and had great careers in nursing, they had great careers outside of nursing, and they all went to nursing school to learn how to become nurses. And that is the category that most people go through. I know this intricately because, well, my wife is a nurse, and she has taken lots of time to not only get her bachelor's degree and some master's degree and working on advanced degrees beyond that. It takes a lot of work to become a nurse. Nurses are essential in our healthcare system, but this particular group took a shortcut. And really, we talked about lies and embellishment 2 episodes ago, and this is way beyond that. I mean, this is straight up fraud. So not only are the school officials, the schools that have been now shut down, these officials are going to be at risk. There's going to be lots of people going on. And now there's some nurses that have these degrees, which, well, they probably knew since they were fake anyway, that they weren't really going to become a nurse. But there are some that are. There were almost a third of them, about 2,400 of these fake nurse graduates actually ended up passing the exam to be a nurse. Now, I don't know how that happens because the certification exams in all of these professions are pretty difficult. I hear that the NCLEX particularly, you have to spend a lot of time studying for and preparing for. So I don't know how you do that without classes. Now, they did mention that some of them already had LPN degrees and they just wanted that additional certification for RN. But, you know, I don't know how. I could never pass my pediatric boards if I never did a pediatric residency or went to medical school or anything like that. It was hard enough passing the pediatric boards with all of that stuff. So I don't know how 2,400 actually made it through. Maybe there's another scandal that we don't know about yet. But anyway, this, obviously we've created a dangerous work environment. So the message out here to you fire starters today is, you know what? I know a lot of you guys want to have a better life. I know you want to have a better career, but taking shortcuts is simply not the answer. There are some ways in which, you can meet the right people and people can help you along. And I've had a great meeting in Los Angeles with several great people that said, hey, you would be great in this. Let's see how we can make it happen. And that's a little bit different because, well, that just goes in the general category of networking and meeting new people. And you guys know I love to meet new people. In fact, I meet so many new people on social media that it's great. And so when I get to their city or their town, I like to show up and meet people in real life too. So make sure that you check me out on social media at Dr. Jarrett. Spell out the word Dr. J-A, 2 R's, E, 1 T. And hey, let's connect. Let's have some conversations. I love it. Particularly if you tell me you like to listen to this show. I love talking to my fans. And who knows, you may have an interesting story that gets you on as a guest. We'll get back to these 7,600 nurses right after we finish thanking our sponsor.
The time is now to refresh your career. We help doctors, lawyers, executives, and VIPs refresh and restart. Dr. Jarrett's coaching helps you build confidence, gain more credibility, develop more leadership skills, and gain clarity in your career path. Want to climb the executive ladder or branch out on your own? We'll put your career in overdrive. Visit drjarrett.com and sign up for your free strategy session.
So here's my message to you 7,600 out there. So first things first, make sure you get out there and get to the shredder as quickly as possible and shred that degree. It's worthless. It was always worthless. I know you probably paid a pretty penny for it, but I mean, come on. Did you really think you were going to get away with faking a nurse degree and then being able to fake it until you make it at work when people's lives are at stake? I mean, do you not understand what this is all about? And this is what I advise people. And this is where we got with the lies and embellishment episode is that, lies and embellishments really aren't okay overall. I mean, although we know this congressman did it and he's paying the price now. Looks like things have changed even since I had that episode a couple episodes ago. And all of these 7,600 plus nurses, and they've been in different states now, Florida, Georgia, New York. They're tracing them all around the country now. The shortcut is really not the answer. I mean, unfortunately, if you're looking to change your career, are you looking to advance your career? Well, there really is no substitute for hard work. I wish I could tell you some things, and there's some things that I can help you with to make your position stronger. There's some things that you can do to make your position stronger. And that's something we can talk about. So hit me up for the strategy session while they're still free this month. And we can talk about that, because there are a lot of things that you can do to enhance your career, to enhance your CV, to enhance some of the professional development that you have done. But there is absolutely no room for faking it or trying to take a shortcut and saying, oh, yes, I'm an RN, and whether I want to work in a school or a hospital or simply just walk around saying I'm an RN, these things aren't going to be acceptable. And you will find that whether or not these nurses and these, fake nurses get disciplined or not, I don't know, but they had to start with where this was all coming from. And that is a big issue. So I know life gets difficult from time to time, fire starters. I know there's some times where you just want to give up or say it's not worth going on anymore, or maybe the next get rich quick scheme comes your way and you said, maybe this sounds good. Do not be this desperate. Stay your course. You are going through these struggles for a reason. And you may not know this reason today. You may not know this reason tomorrow. You may never know this reason, but it is preparing you for the next moment in life. And you must remember that, and you must stay true to that so you don't fall victim to a scam of this magnitude. So hang in there, fire starters, because there's a lot more coming your way. You just have to show up and believe. Remember, fire starters, if you or anyone you know has been dissed, please invite them to join us along this journey. Simply go to your favorite podcast player and subscribe. And while you're there, let me know about this episode and others so that we can bring you the most up-to-date information about career challenges and life changes. And make sure you're checking me out on social media. I am out there all the time, particularly on LinkedIn in between episodes. Lots of fun things happening out there. And don't forget to save the date, July 14th through 16th, 2023, License to Live, the conference 2023. And I will see you next time.
No matter how disheartening the moment of accusation sounds, how deep the pain of immobilization stabs, or how bleak your future looks, no one can take away your license to live. Keep Dr. Jarrett's expertise handy and unlock your future. Go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or another podcast player and subscribe right now to Licensed to Live. See you next time.